Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. It is Wimbledon 2024 women's semi-final preview and prediction time, and we're going to be going over Donna Vekic versus Jasmine Paolini, and I'm going to break it down a few different ways. First of all, we're going to talk about their run to the semi-finals, then talk about their head-to-head, then break it down strategically, tactically, and also statistically, because I've got some cool stats that I want to share with you guys. Before we do get into it, though, remember to that like button. Do share the videos if you're not already. Do leave a comment and also subscribe if you're new. Thank you to all the members who are contributing to the channel. As always, you guys are greatly appreciated, and you're the reason why we've been able to go to Wimbledon as media. So we appreciate all of you. Honestly, your support is invaluable. So don't think that it's not. Leaving a like, a comment, whatever it might be, it helps in every way, honestly. So yeah, much appreciated. Talked to both Vekic and Paolini in multiple presses, and both were really good. I mean, really good with their answers in terms of time for the press and the media. And yeah, obviously both extremely happy to be through to their first Wimbledon semi-finals. So good in the sense that they're both inexperienced. So they'll either, you'd hope, both come out and the nerves won't tell and they'll play some amazing tennis, or maybe at the start both will be a little bit nervous, but they'll hopefully grow into it. So there's not a disparity in experience, which I think is a positive thing here. Let's talk about their route to the semi-finals then. So for Vekic, she has had an okay route. I mean, the people she's faced, I'd say it hasn't been extremely tough, but there've been some challenges. Wang in the first round, 3 sets there. Andreeva in the second round, straight sets, good win there. And that's obviously Erica Andreeva, not Mira Andreeva, who is the younger sister and the one that's made some runs, of course, semi-final at Roland Garros. Vekic also beat Yastremska. That was a tough one, of course. Big hitting, big serving Ukrainian. And then Badosa was a really tough one because they had 3 rain delays. It was a seesaw match, and coming through, even three setters in a row has been really, really impressive from Vekic. I think not just in terms of her level and the tennis she's been playing, but also up here mentally, she's been really solid. So that's been a big plus, and she had a really heartbreaking loss, and she's mentioned it in the presses in Roland Garros, and she said to me in one of the presses that she didn't want to go through that again. So Yastremska, Badosa, Sun, all 3 set wins. Lulu Sun, of course, the revelation, I think, on the women's side from this tournament qualifier. Came through really good throughout the whole tournament, beating Raducanu on the way as well. And yeah, hopefully we're hopefully going to see more of her. She's like a more aggressive, if you haven't seen her play, she's a more aggressive Leylah Fernandez. She's a lefty and hits a lot of winners and aces, big serving, big hitting, very aggressive, and I think easy on the eyes type of tennis. Okay, Paolini. So for Paolini, she has had a bit of an easier route, although the Madison Keys one, of course, we'll talk about that in a second, was a little bit fortunate. She acknowledged that. Sorribes, Tormo, Minen, and Andrescu all in straight sets. The Madison Keys one is the one where there's not an asterisk, but there is obviously maybe a very small dot by it, because Madison Keys was winning in the deciding set of that match and ended up getting injured, had to retire towards the latter end of that set. Paolini getting the win in the end. And then she was extremely impressive against Emma Navarro, who dismantled Coco Gauff in her match before playing Paolini. And Paolini destroyed her. It was just systematic destruction from Paolini, and she was basically like the smiling assassin in that match. So yeah, she's playing some really good tennis, and she had never got past the first round at Wimbledon. So this is a really good run for her, and she's clearly taking her form from Roland Garros, where she made the final, into Wimbledon, even though it's a different surface. And it's clicking for her. She's playing great tennis, and she's playing great tennis that can do well on any surface. I think that's really the point to make here. The head-to-head is actually 2-1 in favor of Paolini. All three you can see they're played on hard court, and in fact, two of them in 2021, so not much really to talk about there. 2023, fine, okay. I mean, it's less than just under a year ago, but again, it's a hard court, so I'm not sure how much to take from that. If we break it down tactically, I think it's a pretty simple one, and it sounds weird to say, but I was looking through some of the stats as well, and Donna Vekic is at number 4 of first serve points won, and she's just below Rybakina at 82%. Jabeur is actually at the top at 83%. Goff 82%. But in terms of semi-finalists left, she's number 2. 80% of first serve points won for Donna Vekic, but she's only made 59% of first serves in. That's something to note. Something to note. If she can get her first serve percentage up above that 60% mark, she's probably going to win a lot of those first serve points, and it should relieve some pressure in her service games, right? That's what you would imagine. Paolini is a fantastic returner, I have to say. She really is, and it's something that we need to bear in mind. Herself, I mean, she's only winning, I think, 66% of first serve points, so she's relying a lot on also breaking the opponent, also second serve points as well. She's able to grind from the back of the court really well. She's does have an offensive type of game, but she is a bit more dynamic, I'd say, than Vekic. Vekic is going to be aggressive. She's going to come out, try and hit winners, be on the front foot, push forward. For Paolini, she's almost happy, and she will be happy at times to sit back and almost grind through the point, and then systematically gain momentum and then finish it off. But she's, I think, impressively shown a different side to her game, for me anyway, in this tournament, and a more aggressive style at times, which has been great to see. Also coming to the net more, which I think has been super impressive. She's won 74% of points to the net, which is really, really good. Vekic is at 69%, so not terrible either, but not as high. But look, I mean, returns in, like we're talking about how good Paolini's returning is. I mean, she is generally a pretty good returner. 77% of returns in, that's pretty good on grass. Vekic at 72%. I mean, that's just the amount of returns just to at least get yourself into the point. Breakpoints one, I think, is really what we need to look at. Vekic is at 37%, and Paolini is at 56%. So in terms of conversion, Paolini is on top there as well. So it could be a real tussle in the serve return dynamic, and I think obviously Vekic generally has been holding serve easier. Paolini's been breaking easier, so you feel like Vekic's service games are going to be the real crux right here, because Paolini's service games, you almost feel like, okay, she might get broken, fine, but then if Vekic is able to just hold her serve by making a lot of first serves, being aggressive on the first shot, on the first strike, as Tommy Paul likes to call it when I was talking to him, first strike tennis, if Vekic is playing first strike tennis better than Paolini and dictating with the forehand, she'll have a good chance of winning. Paolini, though, defensively is very good. She will frustrate Vekic by making her play ball after ball at times. We saw that with Madison Keys, and that's why, even in the second set, Madison Keys was up, I think, like 5-1, 5-2 against Paolini, ended up getting taken to a breaker. Yes, her level did drop, but also Paolini frustrated her, and Vekic is someone who, she will show her emotions on court outwardly. She wears her heart on her sleeve, and she might get frustrated in this match, and she'll have to get through that if she wants to win against Paolini. I think it's going to be a really good match. I do slightly edge towards Paolini. I just think she's in a really, really good form right now. And I just think in terms of her baseline game, she's been a bit more solid and consistent. And I've liked the variation she's able to bring. She can slice and dice it. She's able to be aggressive as well. She's got a few different layers to her game. I think you know what you're going to get with Vekic, obviously. And is very potent, especially on grass. And I think she's playing great, but I do feel like Paolini might just edge it. And I'm going to go with Paolini in 3 sets. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to that like button. Do subscribe if you're new, and do leave a rating review if you're listening on a podcast platform. Also, actually, I did want to mention Paolini mixing up against Vekic is going to be really crucial to make sure that Vekic is not in rhythm and able to just constantly attack from the baseline and just hug the baseline, push forward constantly. So important that Paolini mixes it up and makes it feel uncomfortable. But anyways, see you guys soon, and keep your eyes peeled for more interviews, more presser questions, and also more of these previews. Thank you so much. And also check out for the live chats that we're doing and discussions each day. Thank you so much, guys. See you later.